Hello viewers and welcome to the final episode of the Running Mech, a Lancer Battle Report series where I put the players against the NPC. In this episode, let's just go fucking nuts. So, Running Mech is finally in space, but first I would like to thank Spooky Salsa, Cyanic, SGT Briar, and Aagje for joining in the session. Now, for this session, the players are set to license level 12, not only that, I'm throwing it out, we gonna go hog wild in this episode and see what happened in license level 12. Now, as the players are in re-entry, I put a custom environmental condition in the session. If the players are standing on something, they take 2 heat at the end of their turn, if not, they take 4. Also, the ships on the surface will fire at the remnant of the station, which will hit at the end of the round, dealing 1 structure damage if the players fail the hull check, reduced to 1 health if they pass. And that's it, all that's left is just survive the shit for 3 rounds while everything continues to escalate. Now, let's start off round 1 and invite the guests in, 2 vehicle jet ace, 1 vehicle jet scout, 1 veteran spicy hornet, and 1 elite gunboat operator. As the first player to go, Skeleton Key activated their core to jack up their Jolly Roger, and moved up to the big wreck before ordering their Forge 2 subaltern to construct an armor pack for free. Then they boosted 13th's weapon with Fobby mod, which actually didn't do much because nothing on the hostile side has armor or resistance really. These action ticked the Jolly Roger dice to 3, then Skeleton Key used Horo S2 on 13th to make a false idol for them, and deployed an Aegis shield generator to protect themselves. The elite gunboat operator moved up then spun up its repeating plasma rifle, pummeling Skeleton Key, but Aegis shield was able to somewhat decrease the damage, preventing serious damage on them. Then they boosted for free to the right again and fired up the Nova missiles, severely damaging Skeleton Key and the generator, except of course you can't do that because you can't start another action when you haven't even finished this barrage yet. 13th activated their core and exposed themselves, massively extending the range of their weapons, also activated Lucifer for massive damage, overcharged, then unleashed the Nano Comp Displacer at the gunboat operator with 9 bonus burn damage, almost structuring it. Then they stabilized to clear all their heat, but also closed up exposed status. But with the auto guns, they structured the operator, impairing it, and also shot at one of the ace who barrel rolled out of the way. Jet Scout moved up, tried to mark North Star but failed thanks to Warp Shield from Not This Day, then just activated Cloaking Field to turn invisible. Not This Day got out of the way of the artillery, popped their core for Tachyon Shield on Skeleton Key, overcharged to charge up a Stasis Bolt, then threw a leader dice at 13th to protect themselves. Jet Ace moved down, and sent missiles everywhere, damaging North Star and destroying the false idol, then strafed over North Star in an attempt to shoot them down. North Star gained another leader dice from Not This Day before popping their core, which just made Everest even better. Then they changed Terashima stance to wind, and activated Sikamet, approached the Jet Ace, absolutely demolished it with Nanocarbon Sword before finishing it with Terashima Blade, dashed down thanks to the wind stance, which made the Jet Scout their next target, which they approached carefully with the free boost, the rest of their move, and lunged with Hunter 1 before stabbing it with a knife. This triggered Jaeger Kuz 2, and thanks to Spaceborne 3, the Scout suffered +1 difficulty to the roll while North Star had +2 accuracy. Jet Scout lost, tried again with 1 health, but lost again. However, since North Star won, they can move 3 more spaces, which made them inched closer to their allies. Veteran Spicy Hornet moved up and jabbed Not This Day with Lockhole Javelin, only immobilizing them because Saladin is immune to being shredded, and they have to attempt to pull out the Javelin with full action. The second Jet Ace flew down, its missile attack missed 13th completely, so it locked onto them for more accuracy next time, ticking up Jolly Roger dice to 4. The elite gunboat operator fired up its plasma rifle again, destroying the shield generator despite not this day's best effort with stasis bolt. This then proved to be a big mistake for the player because the operator then fired at Skeleton Key again, and without reaction to trigger Tachyon shield effect, Skeleton Key got structured and got impaired, which thanks to superior by design, is not a problem at all. Elite gunboat operator then launched its Nova missile at not this day, damaging them, and also passed the engineering check to clear the burn. Round 1 ended, the artillery finally arrived and destroyed an entire piece of wreck, and round 2 began with the next artillery indicated in the most tabletop RPG way possible, with a giant fucking ruler. Reinforcement came in, a Jet Ace and Jet Scout from the east. 13th exposed themselves again before activating Lucifer, Overcharge, and fired their displacer at the operator, which thanks to empathy from not this day, automatically hit with a staggering 10 damage and 17 goddamn burn, more than enough to incinerate it. I also forgot to erase it off because operator self-destructs on death. But this stressed their reactor, which made them exposed, again, so basically no difference. They then fired fuel rod gun at the Spicy Hornet to cool down, ended up structuring it, which impaired it, bolstered not this day on their next save or check roll, then fired their auto gun at the Hornet again, almost killing them. Jet Scout moved towards the player, successfully marked North Star this time, then activated Cloaking Field to turn invisible. Before doing anything, Skeleton Key have the Technophile NHP take over control, then used Black Thumb Rodeo to cool themselves down, then they Ferris lashed not this day to move them out of the way of the Beam Lance, which let them picked up the finished armor pack to increase their armor by 1. Then overcharged to lash North Star away from the rest of the team for safety, before moving left and threw another false idol for 13th, ticking Jolly Roger dice to 5. Veteran Spicy Hornet tried to move, but got overwatched by North Star, which actually missed, but because the Terashima blade was in wind stance, it cut the Hornet and destroyed it. Not this day then switched Tachyon shield target to 13th because they are exposed, activated Noah for maximum defense, overcharged to charge up another stasis bolt, then sent out another leader dice to Skeleton Key. The new Jet Ace flew in, launched missiles at North Star, with thanks to the marker rifle from Jet Scout, now dealt 16 goddamn damage, forcing North Star to expend their leader dice to not get structured from the attack. Then the Ace invaded North Star, impairing them and cooking them up. Then, as if Sekomet wasn't enough, North Star activated Azura for more action too. This is gonna be brutal. After approaching the Jet Scout, North Star tried to knife but failed. The following Terashima blade also failed to hit, but its wind stance, so it has reliable 2 anyway. The next nanocarbon sword struck, and it cleaved through the Scout. With Executioner, North Star repeated the attack on Jet Ace, but it barrel rolled out of the way, but also, reliable 3, have to 2, so it didn't matter much. This was followed up with another Terashima swipe, critting, and completely cutting through the fighter plane. However, because of Sekomet and all the boosts in the world, North Star has moved right into the beam. But, Sekomet also provided a final free skirmish, and with a lunge knife attack and wind stance Terashima at not this day, which barely did any damage to them thanks to 3 armor, North Star was able to barely dodge out of the incoming beam. Not only that, the wind stance knockback pushed not this day back and allowed it to protect 13th with Noah. But, North Star also overheated and got exposed despite best effort from not this day with empathy too. The remaining Jet Ace then launched missiles everywhere, somehow missing both of the prime targets. Not only that, not this day used Noah to deflect incoming attack, causing the attack against them to miss, and dealing 8 goddamn damage to the Ace, which was more than what it managed to deal. It then launched more missiles at not this day and 13th, but thanks to the false idol, only not this day got hit. Also, guess what, the Hornet has feigned death and moved up to fire gravity rifle to pull 13th into the beam, but not this day used Noah to deflect it, and round 2 ended, half of the map environment just got fucking vaporized, and round 3 began with complete madness.
I want every gun we have to fire on that man.
Also more reinforcement showed up, more Scout, more Ace, more Hornet, and more Operator. Skeleton Key went first, activating Aagje because they were feeling rather hot. Meanwhile not this day threw a leader dice at North Star with the best command ever before Key just overcharged and yeeted North Star away with Ferris Lash again, made a false idol for them too, erasing the previous one, then expended Jolly Roger dice to swindle Elite Gunboat Operator and Jet Ace, impairing, jamming, and slowing both of them down, then Black Thumb Rodeo to gain 2 over shield for themselves, and with Aagje, cleared all heat at the end of their turn. Elite gunboat operator, unable to do anything, just moved up and cleared all the conditions. This was the worst decision I have ever made, as North Star moved up and proceeded to execute everything. First barrage, 2 actions, North Star carved up the Hornet with Terashima blade, wind stance moving them up, then swung the nanocarbon sword at the Hornet, which missed but still structured it, and with Executioner, they just repeated the attack at the operator which crit, dealing 3 damage to everything else, and expended leader dice for more damage and almost structuring the operator. Then with backswing cut, they swung the sword at the Hornet which missed again, almost killing it. First skirmish, 3rd action, North Star swung the nanocarbon sword again, structuring the operator. Everest's initiative, 2nd skirmish, 4th action, nanocarbon sword went swinging again, killing the operator, which detonated it and destroyed the Hornet while severely damaging the rest, but even with empathy from Skeleton Key, North Star got structured because of the exposed status and lost Horo S2. With Disdainful Blade, a knife was thrown out but it missed the ace entirely, however, it let North Star lunge at it. Overcharge, 3rd skirmish, 5th action, North Star pulled out Terashima Blade, cutting the scout in half even when it missed, and stabbed the ace, which because it's slowed, it can't barrel roll out of the way. With Jaeger-Kus 2 and Spaceborne 3, North Star initiated a challenge with the Jet Ace, 2 accuracy to them and 1 difficulty to it on top of the impaired condition. But at Bloody Tide, holy shit, this is the luckiest goddamn NPC in this entire series, and on its turn, the Jet Ace disengaged and escaped the battlefield as the sole survivor of the reinforcement. I know I gave the survive objective to the players, but right now I'm not so sure anymore, whose objective is it to survive again? With 1 enemy left, 13th activated Lucifer again and attempted to grapple the remaining Jet Ace, but it barrel rolled out of the way, but it's also exactly what 13th wanted as they moved out of the artillery and just also surprised the veteran Hornet wasn't actually dead and they just ran the fuck out. And that's it for the session. Now let's talk about what just happened. What we just saw is very simple, Seekomet, that's the answer. Also, if anyone is still saying that melee is not viable in Lancer, just show them the massacre or the entire series really. I don't even know why people would say that. Anyway, both Skeleton Key and Not This Day did their job as support and defender extremely well. Skeleton Key was able to support everyone, constantly creating false idol to distract enemies' fire, and that 1 armor pack given to Not This Day was very helpful in reducing the damage they took. They also used Ferris Lash quite well in moving their allies, which made Seekomet a lot safer to use. I would recommend placing Accelerate Pad somewhere to yeet a Seekomet controlled mech further away for safety. Meanwhile, Not This Day was doing very well in protecting everyone. Ironically, Saladin's core power didn't do much, but with Noah, everyone in the team didn't just take less damage, Noah also counter-slap anyone that tried to damage them. And it turns out, 2 players in support and defender role were already enough, because Murakumo, that's 13th, I'm spelling their name correctly this time, kept pumping out ranged damage with the nano-comp displacer and auto guns. Had the battlefield been covered with more obstacle, a nano-comp displacer would have been extremely handy, and the final blow was just beautiful. What a way to end the series. North Star on the other hand was just murdering everything. A combination of Seekomet, Azura, and Everest's initiative give a ridiculous amount of actions, most of which can be used to cut and slash even more things than a normal turn. It's just absolutely ridiculous. Looking at the final result, the players definitely did take more heat than usual, but overall, they are way more fine than the other side. And that's it for this episode. It has been a fun journey making the series for almost a year, and who knows, I might revisit it one day. Also, I would like to thank everyone that has participated in the series. I definitely started making less mistake with actual players in the sessions aiding me. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this episode as well as the entire series. Hopefully this will continue to serve as a useful guide for future players, and with everything done, I will see you all next time. Hello there, if you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click that notification bell button. If you really want to support my channel, you could visit my Patreon page, or buy me some coffee, links in the description. Anyway, have a nice day.